Since getting kicked out of beauty college for fighting, your next comic has been forging a career as a stand-up comic. Put your hands together for Michael Fentner. Michael.
Howdy. How many smokers we have here tonight? Right. I'm all in favor of smokers' rights. I want to encourage everyone to light up. And I think the main reason is that I know eventually down the line it's just going to be more food and gasoline for the rest of us. So light them up. You know, my mother never met a cigarette she didn't like. Back when she still had any lung capacity to speak of, she could suck down an unfiltered Pall Mall in 3 drags. And actually, she was able to bump it up to 4 once I got her a roach clip for Mother's Day. And she was really pleased because she had just enough left on the end to light up the next one so she could smoke all day just off of 1 match. And she would like inhale so deeply, it was really something to see. It was like watching someone try to drink a really thick milkshake through a cocktail straw. And, secondhand smoke was so thick at our house, you practically needed a fog lamp just to find the liquor cabinet. And my brother and I were the only 2 kids at summer camp that had to wear nicotine patches just to get through the week. And you know how, like, when kids are small, they'll take crayons and they'll draw on the wall? Not us. At our house, all we had to do was lick our finger and we'd drag it through that yellow film that covered everything in the house. But I don't want to imply that, you know, my mom was unconcerned about our health. As far as I could tell, I was the only kid in middle school that was getting his chest x-rayed on a regular basis. You know, I still remember the surprised look on the doctor's face after the first x-ray, and, you know, he asked my mom how long she'd been allowing me to work in a coal mine. And as, you know, time went by, as my own kids, you know, I had kids of my own, and when they were small, they'd play make-believe, and they'd like to take one of those plastic green 2-liter pop bottles and they'd put it in their wagon so they could drag it behind them and pretend they had an oxygen tank like Grandma. And I thought it was really cute, so I went and I bought 6 feet of surgical tubing so they could stick one end of the bottle and the other end up their nose. And other times they take one of those big fat magic markers and they like to draw like a big black circle on their throat and put the cap on it, hold it up and talk like this. We moved around a lot when I was a kid because of my dad's job. He was in the Jehovah's Witness Protection Program. That was just a little fib that he told us to cover up the fact that he was a compulsive gambler. I mean, he was so bad, he would bet against the 5-day forecast on the Weather Channel. And just from time to time, you know, he'd get into debt way over his head and he'd have to hide out. So that's when he'd pull out the old battered copy of the Watchtower and say, well, I found this on the porch today, so I think they're on to me. We better pack up and go tonight. But, you know, his luck really wasn't that good even when it came to hiding. I just want everybody to know that there's nothing that quite defines a Kodak moment like having all your friends see these 2 big burly guys kick the shit out of your old man at Chuck E. Cheese right in the middle of your 10th birthday party. And when I was a kid, my parents never talked much about sex. It was, you know, they considered it shameful and dirty and stuff. And so consequently, I had to learn about the facts of life on my own. And as you might expect, you know, there's a lot of misinformation and stuff. For the longest time, whenever I heard anyone talk about doggy style, I thought they were drinking out of the toilet. And now that I have kids on my own, you know, when it comes time, I want them to know how beautiful and natural sex is. So when it's time to tell them about the facts of life, I think what I'm going to do is send their mom out of the room and sit them in the computer and show them how to call it porn on the internet. Thanks. Actually, you know, in addition to being ignorant about sex, I was really shy around girls and stuff when I was in school. And I went to a couple tough schools, so I didn't have really good role models. Most of the guys I knew, when they wanted sex, they would usually get it by saying something like, "Don't scream or I'll kill you," or "Keep your hand off the fucking ski mask." But, you know, I was too shy for that. Eventually, I got past that, and then I was kind of eager to make up for lost time. So that's when I started hanging out at public health clinics so I could meet promiscuous women. And that was actually pretty successful. You might want to give it a try. It's just that after about 3 months of that chronic, constant, burning, painful discharge, I figured it was time to find another venue. So I started thinking, you know, if you want to meet women, you got to go where the women are. So then I started loitering in the feminine hygiene aisle at Meijer. I'd hit on women when they'd come by to make their selection. I said, you know, hey, why don't we hook up in a week to 10 days or so? And I'm not allowed in any Meijers now south of Hall Road, so. Actually, when I finally did meet my wife, it was at a support group for adult children of alcoholic parents. Not that my parents ever really had a problem holding their liquor. I just finally found a place to meet really vulnerable, desperate women whose self-esteem was even lower than mine. I think that's about all I've got for tonight, so just want to thank everybody and let you know if you had half as much fun tonight as I did. I guess I had twice as much fun as you. Thanks.